Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be talking about book series that I would like to read. If you've been watching any of my previous videos, you would have heard or known by now that I have a serious commitment issue when it comes to book series. I can't commit, I can't do it. So today I actually sat down, looked at God only knows how many book series I've went through and picked a list of 10 that I am like committing to you guys, to commit to myself that I am going to read. I don't know if I'll get through all of them this year. My goal is to get through at least 2. But yeah, so if you would like to see the book series that I would like to read, keep on watching. Okay, so before I start, I'm going to do the same disclaimer that I do in every single video, and that is if you hear my Great Dane crying, she is not dead or dying or hurt or anything of the above. She's absolutely fine. She's just very loud and dramatic. But again, I think I may have lucked out because she was sleeping. Yeah, so I think she might be quiet for this video, which has literally never happened, but we're gonna hope. Anyways, so I'm gonna talk to you guys about the book series that I would like to read, and the first one, I have them written in my little book, as per usual. The first one is The Folk of Air by Holly Black. It's a trilogy, I believe, and the first book in it is The Cruel Prince, which I do own, and I actually think that my phone is propped up on top of it, which is hilarious. This is how I use series, guys. I use them to prop my phone up so I can film. But yeah, the first book in it is The Cruel Prince. I do own it. I want to read this series, but it's a fantasy series nonetheless, and all 3 of the books together are thick as hell. So yeah, that's very intimidating. The thing that has kind of drawn me towards the series is I've never read a book centered around fairies, and I believe the book is about 2 siblings who were kidnapped and sent to live in a fairy world, which sounds really, really cool. I don't know if they're going to be like tiny fairies or like regular sized fairies, if they're going to be like something like Tinkerbell or something like that. But yeah, I am interested enough to at least read the first one, hopefully, and then maybe be able to commit myself. It's a trilogy, so it's not like it's a 6, 7, 8, 9 book series, so I should be able to muddle my way through it, but I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna be interested enough in it to continue it, but I am committing to at least reading the first one. The next series that I have is TheDarkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. Again, I do have the first book. I believe it's upstairs. But yeah, I have the first book, and this one, I don't know why, but it gave me I Am Number 4 vibes, and I could be completely off with that, but I'm not really sure why it gave me those vibes. It's about a girl who has like these kind of abilities / powered type of things, whatever you want to call them. And because of them, she gets sent to a government rehabilitation camp to which she escapes from. She finds more people, children-ish, that also have abilities. And then they try and find a safe haven, but the leader of the safe haven is not what she appears to be, and it's just kind of a hot mess, and there's a lot going on, and they just don't know where they fit in this world. So it sounds really cool. There's also a movie to go along with the first one, which has oh my god, what's her name? She was in the Hunger Games, she was in everything. Amandla? I think her name is Amandla. She's in it, and she's an amazing actress, so she might be the reason that I read this series, just so I can go and watch the movie, because I am one of those people. I can't watch a movie and then read the book. Like, I can't do it. I'll just never read the book, so I have to read the book first. That's me rambling. But yeah, that's the second series that I would like to read. The next one that I have, whoops, pages won't turn. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I put this series on this list, because the anxiety levels in the back of my head are just spiking up. My commitment issue voices are whispering in my head like, sis, you're never gonna read it, but I want to try, and that is The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare. I actually have a couple of these books. Like, I have these 3 here, and then I have another one down here. My issue is, one, first of all, I'm sorry, do you see how thick this book is? This is like a mini Bible. This is huge, and there's 3 of them like this. And I know there's way more than 3 books in this series. And then the other thing is, I have no idea where to start with this series. I don't know, because there's so many spin-off series from the original series. I don't know which is the first book, what order you read it in. So if anybody can point me in the direction of a booktuber or a website link that lists exactly how you read the series, then maybe I will be able to give it a try. I just feel like I have so many of the books. I want to be able to read them. And you're probably thinking, girl, why did you buy the books if you weren't going to read them? Well, let me tell you, when I was younger, about 12 or 13, I did start the series, but I don't think I started with the correct book. So I read it, I liked it, but then when I went to read the second one that I picked up, it didn't make sense. So I kind of just put it down. And then as the years went by, more and more of these books kept coming out, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So if anybody can let me know the list of how you read these books, I would love to be able to do that. And the next one similarly is the Harry Potter series. I have never ever read the Harry Potter books. I love the movies. I live off the movies. I watch them religiously. I know every single word in every single movie. That's just how I am. But I've never read the books. So I have been collecting various copies of the books. I actually have the first 3 illustrated versions of the books, and they're beautiful. I'm thinking of doing like a Harry Potter marathon through April or May or something like that, and I might film that because I am actually really, really excited to read these books. I'm gonna break my can't watch the movie and then read the book rule. I'm really gonna try, and we'll see how that goes. I feel like the illustrated version will keep me interested in it. And I have heard that there are a lot of things that the movie leaves out, but I honestly really do struggle watching movies and then reading the books, and the fact that I've watched the Harry Potter series, I don't even know how many times, might make this a bit challenging, but I'm gonna try it anyways. I feel like Harry Potter is the exception to every single rule, so why not? The next I have is The Giver Quartet. So The Giver is written by Lewis Lowry, and it's one of my favorite dystopian novels. I don't know if the other 3 books in the quartet have anything to do with The Giver. I believe it takes place in the same dystopian world, which is actually really exciting because I do enjoy that world quite a lot. I love The Giver, as I said, and I've been wanting to read more books by Lewis Lowry anyways, and I've been looking for an excuse to reread The Giver, so this is pretty much the perfect reason to do so. And they also sell it in a box set, so I was like, that's perfect. So I'm definitely gonna probably pick that up. If anything, that'll probably be the first or second. It's not really a series because I don't know if they have anything to do with each other, but I put it on this list anyways, and we're all just gonna have to suck it up from there. And then the next one that I have, again, not really a series, it's a duology, but I think duologies count because when you have commitment issues like me, a duology counts, okay? It counts. And that is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This one, if nothing else, just sounds really, really funny. And like the sarcasm and the banter in this duology is just gonna be off the charts. It's about a band of boys who are trying to pull off this insane heist, and they have to figure out how to navigate each other because I guess they don't all get along, and they have to try and pull off this heist without killing each other. And it sounds like it's going to be hilarious. It's also a fantasy, so I assume there's going to be some sort of magical element in there, which will probably just make it even that much more interesting. And yeah, that's probably one that's a little bit higher on my list just because it is a duology. I know that's cheating. I don't care. The next one that I have is Shatter Me by Tara Mafi. My boyfriend actually picked out Shatter Me in the bookstore for me to buy. That was just a horribly put statement, but whatever, it's fine. He picked it out for me. I don't think he realized it was a series, but that's fine. It does sound mildly interesting. It's about a girl whose touch is fatal and how, I guess, the government or whatever is going to try and use her as a weapon. I think that's what I got, the gist of it at least. And that does sound cool. I believe there's like 5 or 6 books in this series, so I'm like, it's on my list, but it's not that high up on my list, so we'll see. The next one that I have is Carmel by Stephanie Garber. I have is it up here? It might be on my other bookshelf or upstairs, but I have Carmel, and I believe I have Legendary as well. And I've really been wanting to read this trilogy for a while. It sounds super cool. I love carnival settings, and this one is about 2 sisters who have always wanted to go to the Carnival, and they finally get their invitation. And of course, the year that they go, one of the sisters gets kidnapped, and is part of this huge, elaborate performance or ruse, and her sister has to find her, I think before the end of the night or before the Carnival is over. Otherwise, she doesn't get her sister back at all. I think that's the gist of it. Either way, I love a carnival setting, so I'm really excited to read that one. And I don't know, I really, really like carnival settings. Water for Elephants, like, blew me away. I love that book, and I know it's not going to be similar to this one at all, but the setting, like I said, it's beautiful. I love that setting. The next one that I have is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. This one, I have Stalking Jack the Ripper, and I think I also have Hunting Prince Dracula as well. I haven't heard good things for the last 2 books in this series, but the first 2 books I've heard amazing things, and I've had Stalking Jack the Ripper for literal years now. Like, I've had this book for years, so I feel like I need to read it. It sounds super cool. It's about a girl who's in a time period where females are not really allowed to be forensic scientists or solve murders or to be detectives or anything like that, but of course our main character is going to defy those odds and do just that. And her time period takes place where Jack the Ripper is running rampant. So yeah, I haven't read anything on Jack the Ripper really. I know the story and like the history of him, but I've never read like a YA or fictional book about him ever, so I was like, this might be cool. And I've been on a bit of a murder mystery kick, even though they scare the crap out of me. Like, I've literally been sleeping with my lights on for about 3 days now. Also because I've started watching Criminal Minds, which is not good for my soul, but really, really, really good otherwise. Anyways, and the last one that I have is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a trilogy, one that I've been highly anticipating for the longest while. I have the first 2. I know the third one just came out. I'm gonna pick it up because I know I'm gonna read all 3 anyways, and I love the idea of how it's written. So it takes place, so you're reading about the perspective of when the murder took place and then years after, when our main character is trying to solve the murder. And I think that sounds really, really cool because you get the dual perspective of what happened and what's going on. So I'm excited for that. It also takes place at like this really elite, mysterious boarding school, and that's always a fun setting. Like, who doesn't like that setting? But yeah, that's all the series that I am hoping to read. I don't have them ranked, but I think if I had to go off the top of my head, like the ones that I really, really want to try and get to this year, like the 2 that I want to get to this year for sure, that would be 6 of Crows and probably Truly Devious, the duology in a trilogy. I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's reasonable. I feel like I can calm my commitment issues down long enough to get through those 2, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. But if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other videos you'd like to see me do, especially during our quarantine isolation period. I know everybody is bored and stressed, and I like making videos because it helps my stress level, and I know lots of people like watching videos because it helps theirs. So let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you would like to see me do. And yeah, other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye!